Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. The percentages and its applications are numerous in number. You already have seen so many different applications which I have put up on the channel, and this video highlights yet another very important application, and that application is the simple interest, the compound interest and depreciation. I hope just by seeing the topic, you know the importance of the topic. Why? Most of the students, they struggle with the formulas, the calculations, and that's why, I've come here to tell you that these things are all in the mind. If you are having a very good attitude, towards numbers, when you think positively about the numbers, things become easy. And do you know how you can think positively about numbers? I'll tell you. Very important thing. Here we have the exclusive nominal costing super combo of quant and reasoning. Quant and reasoning are two topics which everybody should know and everybody should learn thoroughly, so that you are among top 1% of the students who qualify the major government competitive exams and even the entrance exams of major universities in the world. They ask you quant and reasoning. Quant is quantitative aptitude. This is the ebook of short tricks which covers around 24 different topics. 350 short tricks are there in this. We are giving the video support directory. It is fully solved and developed 10 times faster speed of calculations. It comes with the combo of reasoning course where we have given 18 important topics, the concepts, the illustrations, the practice questions, the previous year questions, videos, everything is there in this super combo of content reasoning. This is the best time to grab a copy of this product. You can send me a message on WhatsApp 9896369963. That's my WhatsApp number. It's in the description also here. Jot it down and send me a message if you are willing to invest a little bit on the competency development. Right? Let's see the questions in hand now. Calculate the compound interest on rupees 9,000. So this is P, that is the principal amount. 2 years, this is the time, and the rate of interest for successive years are 10 and 12. So this is R1 and this is R2. So we are given two different rate of interest for 2 years and we have to find the compound interest, right? So to find the compound interest, I will first calculate the amount which I get after 2 years. This is P, which is 9,000 times 1 plus R1, which is 10, so 10 by 100. This is for the first year, and I will multiply it by 1 plus second year is 12, right? So 12 upon 100, that's it. So I have to do this calculation and I will get my answer. Now, knowledge of having different rate of interest for different years, that will work for us here. So how do you solve this? This is 9,000 times this is 11 by 10, right? Because this cancels out. 1 plus 1 by 10 is 11 by 10, and finally you have 112 by 100. I didn't cancel these because I think the zeros are getting cancelled by themselves, and you just have to do 9 times 11 times 112. You will get your answer for the question. So I have already calculated this for you. The answer comes out to be 11088. Now this is the amount you get after 2 years. He is asking us to find the compound interest, right? So the compound interest will be the difference between the amount and the principal. Principal was 9,000. So the compound interest is what? 2088. And here you have the answer for the first question. Likewise, you have a question here which is simple interest. See? So there's a girl Sujata who bought a sum of rupees 2,000 from a bank and returned 2480. So this is the amount she pays back. So the simple interest is always amount minus principal. Amount returned is 2480 and the principal borrowed was 2,000. So this is 480 rupees. This is the simple interest. So he has asked us to find the simple interest. That is pretty easy. This is 480 rupees. Now the other part is find the rate of interest, RY. So simple interest, as we all know, is PRT by 100, right? So we just have to plug in all the values here and get R. Simple interest, as we know now, is 480. P, principal borrowed, is 2000 times R, rate of interest we have to find. Time, for how much time it was? 3 years, right? So 3 years here, and divide that by 100. So pretty easy calculation. I think we can all solve this. So 2 zeros cancels 100, 3 cancels this 160 times, and 20 cancels this 8 times. So pretty easy. R is 8% per annum. That is the rate of interest charged by the bank. So 2 easy questions to begin with. Let's see whether all the questions prove to be that easy. Okay. So next, again a question of compound interest. We need to find at what rate percent. So R is what is required to be found out, and this is the principal amount P, and this is the amount, right? Amount 2. So this is amount, and this is time. So amount is P into 1 plus R over 100 raised to power time, right? So we have some calculations being done here. This calculation is basically written here to tell you that these things normally are given in the question. I will show you why this is written here. So if you put the values, amount is 774 and this P comes this side, it is 640, right? So upon 640 equals 1 plus R over 100 raised to power time. Time is 2 years. Now see, we can't actually solve this. 774 by 640 is going to be a decimal, and when you remove this square, it will become square root. So basically he is helping us by giving us the value of this square root, which is square root of 1.209. So in such questions, normally in the question it will be given to you that square root of 1.209 is what? 1.1. That is to help you avoid huge calculations. Okay. So this square root is 1.1, which is given in the question, and so R upon 100 comes out to be 1.1 minus 1 is 0.1, and if you cross multiply, 100 times 0.1 will be what? 10%. So the rate of interest is 10% per annum. So these things are normally mentioned in the question itself. So let's get rid of this. Now let's move on to the next question. In how much time? So now we are required to find the time. Sum of this, so principal, amount to this, so this is amount, at 5%, this is R, right? So in how much time? Now we have to find the time. Amount 1852.20 equals principal 1600, 1 plus R 5% and power time. Now we need to solve this. So this is 1600 comes this side, and this becomes 18522 by 16,000. I have removed the decimal, equals 1 plus R over 100. R is 5, right? 5 over 100 raised to power 10. Now I can see 2 getting cancelled here. This will become 9261 and this will become 8000. And immediately when I see 9261 and 8000, I know my calculation is getting easier. Why? Because 9261 is 21 cube and 8000 is 20 cube. And so the left hand side, 9261 upon 8000 reduces to 21 upon 20 whole cube. And on the right hand side, I have, what is this? 105 upon 100, which is again 21 by 20. So whole cube. Not whole cube, this is power t, right? Let's erase this. This is t, right? What happens to the base now? The base is exactly same, and so I can equate the powers. So the time is 3 years. The calculation is not difficult, but the way you handle the calculation is what matters in the exam. Let's see 2 more questions. the fare for a certain route of buses increases at the rate of, so this is the keyword, increases at the rate of 10% each year. Current fare is 5, find a fare after 2 years. Very easy. So this is appreciation. When the value is appreciating or increasing, what happens to the value when it increases? Obviously it will become more, right? So the initial fare is 5. So the fare after 2 years, this is what we need to find, will be, initial fare is 5, first year and second year 10%, right? So 1 plus 10 by 100 raised to power. How many times this is happening? This is happening twice, because this is 2 years. Why have we taken compound interest? That is again a very important thing here. See, the initial fare is 5, so after 1 year it will become 5.5, right? 10% increase. Now the next year the fare is going to be increased by 10% of what? 5.5, not 5. And that is why it is compound interest. If it increases on the first principal, then it is simple interest. But if it is increases, it gets compounded, then therefore it is called compound interest, right? So I think this is the easy job now. 5 times 11 by 10 times 11 by 10, and I think you can do this. 11 times 11 is 121, 121 into 5 upon 100, which gives us 5, 5 to the 10, 0, 1 carry 6, right? And divided by 100 is 6.05. This is the fare after 2 years. So 5 rupees becomes 6.05 rupees after 2 years. Let's see another one. Here we are asked what will be the compound interest on this rupees, so P, this R and this T. So when everything is mentioned, where is the problem? The problem is compounded half yearly. Now what happened when the interest is compounded half yearly? You are paid interest. When you are getting interest, you are paid interest after every 6 months. But when you are paying interest, you pay interest after every 6 months. Okay? So in 2 years, you will get the interest 4 times, right? And this is per annum. Per annum means for 1 year. So if you are paying interest for interest for 6 months, then the rate of interest cannot be for 1 year, right? It has to be for 6 months only. So what happens? The rate of interest becomes 6% half yearly, and the time becomes 4 half years. 4 half years. Now whenever this word comes in compounded half yearly, you have to double the time and reduce the rate of interest by half, right? And now use this and you will get your answer. The amount will be P, which is given in the question as 40,000 times 1 plus R, which is 6% now, raised to power 4. And now this is like just a calculation which you have to do, like 106 upon 100 raised to power 4. So do let me know in the comments. This is, I'm leaving it to you as a DIY. Let me know in the comments what is the answer for this particular question. What will be the compound interest? So this whatever you are getting here is the amount. So the compound interest will be amount minus principal. So I'll wait for your comments here in this video, the description box below, and I'm sure you are going to crack this question if you have watched the entire video. Okay. So friends, do share this video with all the friends who are struggling in the questions of simple interest and compound interest. Do subscribe the channel and click the bell shaped icon for getting all the notifications. I hope you are watching everything and you are sharing everything. That's very important and very motivating for an educator. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. Look for more such amazing videos on Suresh Aggarwal's mathematics shortcuts. All the best.